Hey guys, welcome back. This is Alondra and I am here putting another video for you guys together. So this is a very simple holiday glam look. I know a lot of people don't like to get out of their comfort zone with colors. So here's just a little pop of color that I used for the under eyes. But it's a very simple halo with a little bit of shimmers. Um, this look can go with anything you guys want. It's something cute for like events or for parties or even for like a night out. It's very simple and very pretty. This time I just kind of did pictures, step-by-step pictures. I did want to do a video. It's just I'm getting my equipment ready for it to be a really good video, but this is step-by-step pictures. It's still the same thing. So you guys let me know if you guys like it like this. Okay, so before anything else, we like to prime our face, and I also like to use this Pore Filler by NYX, just because I do have some places around my cheeks and around my nose that I do like to get those covered, and this for me does it. It's by NYX and it's the Pore Filler. It's amazing. So I do moisturize. I usually moisturize before I start anything, but I just don't have a specific one that I'm using that I could just tell you guys. Just use whatever moisturizer keeps your skin hydrated. And if I do find a good one, I'll let you guys know. If it's really well, I'll have to work with it before anything. So like I mentioned in my last video, I always like to start my makeup with putting on some mascara on my upper lashes. The reason why I start with this is because I do go in a few times during the whole process just so I can build it up and make them as thick as I want, just so when I put the lashes on, they look more natural. So the next thing we're doing is going in to do our eyebrows. This is what takes me a little bit longer than anything else. I cannot live without my Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade. This is in the color Ebony as well as the powder. The powder I like to go in just at the end just to kind of set the pomade. And I'm also using the brush that it comes with. I cannot live without this. This is what helps them stay all day. To clean up my eyebrows, I went ahead and used the concealer, the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm in the color light medium. So I went ahead and cleaned them off with this concealer, and at the same time, whatever was left, I just like to go ahead and rub it all over my eye and use that as my shadow base. It works, it's convenient, it's already there, and it gets the job done. So this is how they look afterwards, all cleaned up. So the palette we're going to be using today is this Aphrodite palette. I got these palettes off of an app. It's called Hush. When I'm telling you these palettes are amazing for a great price, you guys, I am being honest. Like I said, I like cheap makeup that gets the job done, but it's at the same time it's affordable. I will link down the app down. It's called Hush, and this palette, I believe it was like $14. They have so many palettes on there. The color payoff is amazing. They are so pigmented and they work so good. So I will go ahead and let you guys know how much they are. I'll link down the app down. It's called Hush, but they are amazing eyeshadow palettes. So from this palette, we're going to be taking the color Admire, and we're going to start with a big fluffy brush, and we're going to be putting this in our crease. We're just going to be doing like windshield wiper motion across the eye. Just build it up, but don't build it up too much because we're going to be doing a color a little bit darker on top of that color. This is just to kind of get the base done and just make it seem flawless, because that's something you guys always want to make sure is we don't have any harsh lines, because at the end of the day, that's what is going to make your eyeshadow pop if you don't have any harsh lines going. So this blending is just going to help you make everything seamless. Okay, so we're going to be going back into the palette and we're going to be picking up the color Passion, which is a little bit darker and it's more like a gray tone. So we're going to be mixing a little bit of cools and a little bit of warms. This is going to go right on top of that. You still want to keep a little bit of that brown on the top. Even if you move this color down to the lid, it's going to be fine because we're going to be covering it up with the maroon color later. So we're just going to be doing the same thing we did with the first color. And then we're going to get back into the palette and we're going to be using the star of the show, which is the color Lust. And we are going to be using a little bit of a halo effect on this eye. Halo means we're doing, it's just going to be like a circular, kind of like a cut crease, but it's just going to be in the middle. So this brush that I'm using next, it's a little bit smaller with a little bit more of a dome effect. So we're going to start on the outer of our eyes with that red color and just putting it like this. We're just going to keep it on the outer of our outer corner of our eye, and then we're going to be moving the brush across the top. So between where the crease is at, we're going to be moving the brush very, very lightly until we meet again in the inner of the eye, and then that's when we're going to really try to blend that in to where it looks like they're the same shades on both sides, so you do want to keep them the same color. So if you add a little bit to the outer eye, just make sure you add it to the inner part of the eye as well, just so they kind of look even. And then at the end, just a very, very light, with a light hand, just kind of mix those together and blend them in at the very top. Also not losing that line that we were making with our first colors. So next on this palette, there's that color. It's Love. It's called Love, and it's a like a maroon color with a little bit of a sparkle, a little bit of a shine. It's not too much. It's perfect for this look actually. So you're gonna go in, and that's gonna go in the center. I didn't put any concealer or anything underneath it, because I didn't want it to be too extravagant. So I just kind of put it like this. Like I said, these colors are very pigmented, so I didn't really need a base for this color. So just like that, it looks really beautiful. Like I said, I'm not putting anything underneath it. I did use my finger to start with, and then lightly I went in there with a brush just to kind of blend in the corner and the outer eye. I'm sorry, the outer part of the eye as well as the top, just so it can all blend seamlessly. But like I said, they're very pigmented, these colors. So this is how the eye looks after I applied the lashes. I do use the lashes. These are number 11 by Kiss. I buy these at Walmart. I buy the 5-pack, I believe, for about $10, which is a great price. And like I said, these are one of my favorite lashes from the drugstore. They just look very natural and very wispy. They're very beautiful. Again, those are the number 11 by Kiss. And then next we're going to move on to foundation. So after I apply my lashes, I like to go ahead and set my face. I start with the foundation. On this one, I did mix the Fit Me and the Dream Liquid Mousse, just because my skin sometimes in the winter it gets oily and then sometimes it gets very dry. So mixing some foundations always helps. And then also I went ahead, after I put the foundation on and blend it with my beauty sponge, I like to go ahead and conceal. So like I said, my concealer is the Tarte Shape Tape in light medium, and I like to use the sponge as well, and this sponge is damp. And right on top of that, I like to go ahead with my Coty Airspun and top that concealer and just set the concealer with that. I love this powder. Like, I'm almost done with this, and it's been like 4 years already. So here is how I highlight and contour. Like I said, I use the Tarte concealer, and for the contouring stick, I don't usually do this. It just depends. Sometimes I just contour with powder. This is the Wet n Wild stick, and I believe it's in the color Where's Walnut. And this one, it's very, very pigmented, so you guys have to blend it, blend it, blend it. That's why I only use a little bit, and I only use it around my face for this, and a little bit on my nose, and that's the only places that I contour with that. And after I blend everything with my beauty sponge and the contour and everything, this is pretty much how it looks afterwards. So you can see it just looks very nice. That concealer, it is a little pricier than any other concealer at the drugstore, but it's very worth it's worth the price. It's an amazing concealer. I think everybody talks about it. It's really good. So now we are getting ready to bronze the face with my favorite bronzer, which I used on the first video. And who else makes these faces when you guys are gonna blush? So now we're doing, it's the butter bronzer by Physicians Formula. Like I told you guys, I love this bronzer. It's the most creamiest bronzer you guys will find out there, and it's very, very inexpensive. And if you guys have a mom like me that likes to get stuff on sale, just, this stuff is always on sale. It's amazing. And I like to use it with this NYX brush. This one is in the number 4, and this is an amazing brush to apply any blush or any bronzer to the face. It's very, very soft. So this is what I use for bronze. So now we're moving on and finishing our eye. We're gonna be working on the lower lid. So this is another of the palettes from that website or that app that I told you guys about. This one is called Retro Love, and I didn't mention it the first time, but a lot of these palettes kind of resemble some of the high-end palettes that you guys would buy. Like this one's kind of like the Subculture palette from Anastasia, and I don't have that palette. I haven't bought that palette, but these colors are amazing. They give amazing payoff. So like as you saw on there, we're using the Mod and Free Love, and these greens are very, very pretty, and that's why I like to mix them together a little bit because I kind of wanted a little bit of a pop, but not too modest. So we went in with both of them. But like I said, these palettes are very, very good. If you guys want me to do swatches on them, I will. I want to say this one was as well 14 or either $12. But if I can do a swatch video on all the palettes that I have, I do have 3 palettes from there that I have bought. I believe the first one was kind of resembling one of the Huda palettes, which those palettes can run you up to like $120, which is crazy for a palette. Very, very expensive. And we're going to go in with a smaller brush, a very, very small brush, and we're going to be using those 2 colors for our lower lash, our lower lid. After applying that beautiful green, we're going to go ahead and just go in with mascara and finish up the eyes. Now we are going into the highlight. So this is the Anastasia The Glow Highlight Kit. I didn't buy this kit. I actually got it as a gift for Christmas. And then I'm going to be using this brush. It's actually a little bigger than it looks on here. And this is a perfect brush for adding highlight to the cheeks. And I'm going to be picking up these 2 colors on the palette because the top one is a little bit too light and the bottom one's a little bit too dark, so together they make a perfect highlight. So I had forgot to add my blush when I added my bronzer, but I did add this right at the time I did my highlight. This is the blush. This is from Avon. I like my blushes to be either a very light pink or a peach color. I don't like bright pinks on my cheek. I just feel like it doesn't go with me. And like I said, it's from Avon. I still love Avon products. I've always used something from Avon. Their products are amazing. I know my mom used to sell it back then, and I was always that's when I started using a lot of makeup, was when she used to sell it, because she would get some stuff for free, so I would just play with her makeup, which I'm kind of trying to get her to go back to doing that because I can get a lot of good stuff off of there. But this is in a really, really pretty peach blush from there, and I'll link the name below. So this is the end result, you guys, of the face. You could see the highlight, the bronzer, a little bit of the blush. Like I said, I don't really like a lot of blush, just a little bit. But this is the end result for the look today. So we're just going to finish up with our lips. And for that, I always like to go into my nudes. I did outline them with a little bit darker color from NYX. And then I believe the lipstick is from Maybelline, but I will link all the names below and let you guys know how that looks. But it's just a very nude lip because we did kind of go in with our eyes are a little bit glam, so we didn't want to do too much on the lips, which you could go in for like a really pretty maroon color. I bet that would look really, really nice. But this day we were gonna go take pictures with Santa, so I didn't want to look too extravagant. Um, and like this is the end result here with the lips. Very, very nice. Very pretty. It kind of looks like you did a lot of work, but it wasn't. It was a very, very easy, well, for me, a very easy look, but it looks like you put in a lot of effort. So let me know what you guys think about this look. I can do another one, maybe with a little bit darker colors. Of course, we're going to set our face with the Urban Decay All Nighter spray, which is for sure. You can't forget to set it, set everything. I usually set before I highlight just so the highlight can stick onto your face, and then I'll set again afterwards. But yes, let me know what you guys think. This is the end result. I did have a little photo sesh with my husband here, so he was just trying to get good angles. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think of this look. It's a very pretty, very holiday glam for you guys. Thank you guys for being so supportive. I did get a lot of messages on my last video, so thank you guys for that. And let me know what you guys want to see next. Bye. Love you guys.